It's another day and another farming adventure. We had some rain yesterday morning and the sun didn't shine, so didn't plan anything. However, was greasing this up last night and we broke a giant U-bolt that holds on a wing wheel. Trip to the dealer 45 minutes away and we've got one of those, only $172. However, doesn't fit. What I would have liked to do was what somebody else did on this one, switch it to bolts and a piece of flat iron, but there's no space there. So I think the row unit's attached to this secondary thing that pushes them back a little bit from the toolbar. I'm hoping that I can get a pallet underneath, pick it up with a forklift, loosen those bolts and slide that just a little bit, because of course this one is a 1/16 of an inch away from the end of the toolbar, so it ain't gonna move. We'll see how this goes. Good news is this is working about as good as we could reasonably expect, although apparently my forklift leaks down. The problem with any 15-inch or narrow row planter where everything is all in one toolbar is that it's packed so close together that you're always against the next thing. And in this case, our bracket is against this bolt, so I loosened that up because I really don't need very much to get that U-bolt out. Was able to get enough clearance where that's not a problem, but now I'm hitting on the bolts for these row units. But the forklift arrangement works pretty well. I just used blocks to get those two row units on the pallet, so I'm not pushing on anything else, and basically was able to get enough weight up that I could pry bar that over and get an extra 1/4 inch or whatever I needed to get the U-bolt in. So this is well on its way. Hopefully we won't run into anything too crazy from here out. We are out, and looky there, sticker residue. I think this is not the first time. I had to hit it with the big purse, and there's not much room to swing a purse back in those linkage areas. But we got enough through to get the thread started on the nuts, and hopefully we're most of the way home free. We are back together, nothing too noteworthy. Forklift marked its territory a little bit. I do have a steel kit sitting on the shelf to put in that sometime here if I get a chance. There's 4 of these U-bolts on each wing wheel. I'm gonna go through and tighten all of them up. Usually stuff like this breaks when they get loose and you get shock loads rather than being too tight. And once everything's tight, I'm gonna take a paint pen or a paint marker and make a mark so that I can tell if anything's rotated and see if that maybe helps cure this. That said, I wouldn't mind having one of those U-bolts spare if I could find one cheaper. It's 1 1/8 for a 7x7 toolbar. If you know a source, let me know.